All right, drivers and dashers, welcome back to Pay to Drive. If you're new here, hit that red subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and hit that like, and let's jump into this. So big shout out to my man, Roshan Vance, once again with another interesting article here. So follow along on screen. The dark side of the gig economy, an open letter to Uber Eats. I am an Uber Eats driver. From now on, all deliveries are no contact. I don't care if it requires a PIN number. I don't care if it says meet me at the door. Everything will be delivered as a no contact delivery because what happened to me should never happen to anyone. If you are familiar with Uber Eats, it's a food delivery service. Lately, some customers have been complaining that they are not getting their food for whatever reason. So Uber developed a PIN number system in which the customer has to give the driver a PIN number and the driver needs to enter it into the app in order to keep on delivering and move on to the next order. I think, but I'm not sure, that the customer is the one who sets this up because only some orders require a PIN and some don't. So I think it's maybe up to the customer to require this. Anyhow, to make a long story short, I received such an order the other day on Saturday morning at 7 o'clock a.m. No big deal. I was working the breakfast crowd. Got an order for McDonald's. Had a pretty good tip on it, so I picked it up. It was to be delivered to a hotel room. The order said to hand it to the customer and also to get a PIN number from the customer. So I knocked on the door and a woman answered and I said very politely, "You were provided a PIN number. May I have that number?" She seemed to already be upset about something and grabbed the bag out of my hand and said, "You will give me my food because I paid for it. Just give me my food," and slammed the door in my face. I'm used to this type of abuse from customers. So like I said earlier, I had to enter the PIN number so I could move on to the next delivery. So I knocked on the door and said to her to give me the PIN number through the door. She didn't even have to open it. She opened the door and punched me in my chest and shouted the PIN number to me and slammed the door in my face again. After catching my breath from her punching me in my chest, I finally entered the PIN number and walked downstairs. I asked to speak to the manager. The lady on duty said the manager was not there, and so I told her what happened and she took my name and number. I got in the car and called Uber to report the incident. Just got a bunch of "I'm sorry this happened to you" BS from some woman who could barely speak English. I hung up the phone and I knew nothing was going to get done because Uber doesn't really care about its drivers. I cried on the way back home. I didn't really realize how much I was traumatized by this incident until I got back in my car and got off the phone with Uber. When I got home, my husband told me to call the police and press charges. I didn't want the drama. Besides, I felt like it would have just been a he said, she said situation in which I would tell my side of the story and she would probably deny that she punched me, and since there was no witnesses, the police would just write up a report and nothing would really get done. I laid in bed the whole day paralyzed to get back out there and work. I heard on the news recently that a Texas Uber Eats driver and mother of three were killed while dropping off a food delivery, or the recent story of an outgoing Instacart shopper identified as Richland Fred Meyer shooting victim. I have been doing food delivery with DoorDash and Uber Eats since 2018 and have to deal with all types of abuse from customers and restaurant workers, and these companies don't care about us. Not really. We are very disposable. The market is oversaturated by drivers who were looking to get into the gig economy with promises of being your own boss and having a flexible schedule. But nobody talks about the dark side of food delivery work. The fact that gas prices are through the roof and we have to wear out our cars for very little money and work long hours for ungrateful customers who do not tip or refuse to tip. Like someone who expects you to drive 12 miles to deliver their food and tips you $2, and the lousy $2 base pay that Uber Eats or DoorDash pays making the trip $4 to drive 12 miles. Really? Or like when you work Instacart and the customer expects you to shop for 50 to 100 items and drive 7 miles to their house to deliver their groceries, and you look on the app and it says that Instacart has paid you $7, but customer left no tip. Really? Anyway, the bottom line is that I used to work the gig economy and feel good about it. I no longer feel good about it. I don't feel safe. What happened to me happened at 7 a.m. in broad daylight. So there should not be any danger working in the daytime, but there is. Don't get me wrong. Some good has come out of this job, but I feel like it's maybe time to move on. I feel awful to the person from this article. It's absolutely disgusting because it's true. There is absolutely a true dark side to the gig economy, and this right here proves it, you know? So drivers, dashers, what are your thoughts on this story? Put it down below in the chat or the comments because, hey, this is a reality. It's a big reality check, and we got to talk about it. Also, make sure you guys are all subscribed to my other channel, Team PTD. We're trying to get it to 1,000 subscribers. We're like 100 away. So link is in the description. Make sure to turn on that notification bell and all that stuff. Definitely go over there, watch the videos. There's more content like Pay to Drive, and I will be adding more stuff. So let me know in the comments or the chat if you're subscribed. Leave a comment saying subbed. There are all the names right here on your screen of our current patrons as of the current moment of this video being made. So huge shout outs to all of them. If you guys want to sign up, links are down below. As I mentioned, who's going to be the next patron? Maybe it will be you.